And I guess going back to the 5 years prior, so 2005 to 2010, we've spoken about, you know, getting involved in various businesses, failing in various businesses, being broke, going back to your mom's house. Why do you think this was going to be different, and what gave you the confidence to believe in yourself? Because it's very easy to be knocked down after 5 years of failure, and then think, you know what, there's opportunity here, but I don't actually believe in myself because I failed in the past. And how did that failure shape the person who you are today, businessman and
So I have no real perception of risk. For some reason I just don't have it. So my enthusiasm for Njoku when I first started was exactly the same level of enthusiasm that I had for the 10 things I'd done before. So my enthusiasm level was still the same. I think so I'm like a naturally very confident person. Like most would probably say I'm a bit of an arrogant prick, but like I'm actually a very, very confident person at core. And that confidence doesn't come from wealth, doesn't come from what I'm wearing, doesn't come from, you know, like my daddy's this person. It just comes from like, I think I'm relatively smart. I think that the way I view the world is not like the way most people would view the world. So over the 5 year period, like you know when you fail so much, you just kind of get used to failing. You just kind of get used to. If you live in a world of failure, then failure basically means nothing.
What's the worst that could happen?
You fail again. Oh my God, poor me, kind of thing. So I think for me, like I kind of crafted who Jason is today based on like just cold hard failure. You know, like the thing about being so I've never really been an employee. And don't get me wrong, like during that period, like I had jobs. I usually got fired from those jobs pretty quickly. So I knew that like employed life just sucked. It literally just like sucked. So I could never be a good employee because I just wanted to kind of do things my own way. So I was like, I'm never going to be a really good employee, so I'm going to have to figure it out this way. And I would dip back into the sort of the employed world to make a bit of money and get myself out of whatever strange. Absolutely, you know, like if you go back to Manchester, there's probably like a long list of landlords who fucking want my head. It's like, it's like I lived in Bastions. Like the landlord lived next door. She thought I was the biggest scumbag in the world because like every single month I was late with my rent. Every single month. There was one guy like I basically like they turned off the this is in London. This is in the UK. This is abnormal in the UK. They turned off the electricity. So we were like there. We were like there, staying in the house. He basically was like, look, get out of my house. And we're like, we got nowhere else to go. So he turned off the electricity and we're just there for like 6 months in the house. And it was just like, what the fuck? So I even like there was a time when, you know, in the end when I had to move out of that place, someone had like an apartment, but there was nothing in it. So I slept on the floor of this apartment for like I think it was about 6 months. Bastian and his parents came for like his graduation. And I was like, yeah, I've got an apartment, let's come and stay here. So they came and it was just like, well, where's the furniture? Like, there was literally no furniture, and there was no money to get any furniture. So it was just like, what do you do, right? So I think if people if the world accepts that you're just a failure, genuinely, this guy is just a loser. He's just a complete loser. And if you just accept that, then you just lose that concern of what really goes around you. So for me, it's like, all of my peers were getting cars and getting mortgages, and this is like 2005 to 2010, right? So like they got kind of fucked on a housing crisis. But then they were getting cars, they were getting houses. They were sort of, you know, they were going on holidays. I literally didn't go on holiday for like for like 10 years. I just never went on holiday. Never had any money to like, where am I going? So. Again, I guess I just like cloaked myself in failure, and I just had this like desperation to succeed. Like I always tell myself that, look, I'm just gonna be rich. Like how I'm going to be rich, I don't know, but I'm just gonna be rich. And a lot of people say that, but are they willing to kind of go through the lumps and the bumps to get there? There's no great insight. I was just like, I was so arrogantly stupid that like if I was a smarter person, I probably would have opted out at some point. But I was just stupid. I just thought, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And I just kind of like kept on plowing away. So, you know, you sit there in your room, you have these delusions of grandeur that this is what I'm gonna, you know, like yeah, I'm gonna be like this, and I'll do this when I get rich, I'll do that, and yeah, and that stuff really keeps you going. And I think if you read anybody's story who've done anything of great significance, there were times when everything seemed to just crash around them, and it's just, for me, it was almost like a rites of passage. Like, you have to go through that, you have to get bloodied up before you have this great sort of story at the end of it. So for me, it was just, I was just stupidly arrogant enough to think I could do it.